Hey everybody, and welcome to another entry in my Ghostbusters cosplay vlog, diary, online, YouTube video series thing. I think that covers everything. Okay, so this is obviously my Proton Pack, my 1-to-1 scale Proton Pack, and this is the big item when you're going to do a Ghostbusters cosplay, is getting the Proton Pack. Now, I have already cosplayed as a Ghostbuster. I finished this right before the Cincinnati Comic Expo. I didn't get a chance to do a video before the show to show you what had been done on the Proton Pack. So this diary is building up to a thing that I've already done, but anyway, I figured you'd want to see it and what I'd done with it if you checked out the other videos. I do want to do more cosplay. Now that I did that first one, I had so much fun doing it that I'm really interested in doing more. Maybe joining up with the Ohio Ghostbusters and doing a lot of the charity events. I just think it'd be a lot of fun. And for a good cause, too. Anyway, so my pack, I got it from Thomas Medford on the gbfans.com forum. It's a carnivorous creation shell that he'd done a lot of work on. He was moving on to another pack, and so he was getting rid of this one. And it needed some work. It didn't have sound. It was just running on a 9-volt battery. The cyclotron lights had kind of popped free, and it didn't have a wand. But it was still a great starter pack for me. I didn't have to do a lot of the piecing together of things. So it was right where I wanted it to be, and he gave me a great price on it. So it was like, okay, well that's going to be my pack. And you know how sometimes you'll see something like a car or whatever, and you'll get this feeling like that's the one. That's how I felt when I saw the pictures of this pack. I was like, that's going to be my pack. So what I had to do with it. First of all, his work on it was great. I didn't have to do any changing of cosmetic stuff. It has more of a Ghostbusters 2 look to it with the ribbon and the black crank knob, and the Alice straps are more GB2 type stuff, but it doesn't matter to me. A Proton Pack is really kind of a Proton Pack. So what I had to do was, I needed to get a wand, and I really wanted to use the Mattel wand because I think that it's nice that it's going to be kind of durable, you know, and it's lightweight. So I wanted to use that. So as in the earlier video, you saw that I got the sponge face soundboard kit for the Matty wand, and so I put that in here. I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to flip it around so you can see all the work that's been done before I turn everything on. Alright, so here we're going to have a look at what we've done with the pack. Now, I want to say, first of all, I couldn't have done all this without the help of my friend Darren Murr and his buddies at the R2 Builders Club. I'm a big-time novice at this stuff, and I was really scared to do it on my own, but he really helped me through it, and it turned out great. I'm super, super happy with the way the whole thing turned out. So big, big thanks to him. Okay, so we took the sponge face soundboard, and first of all, we took the shell off, and we got inside the motherboard. We fixed the lights so that they were in the right spot. You know, since it had kind of fallen down, we reattached those, and then we added the soundboard here, and we had put a little hole here so that we can get to the volume control, because the sponge face soundboard actually has a volume knob on it, which is awesome. So we put that right there, and we recessed it a little bit, so it's not poking into my back, although the Alice string would probably stop it anyway, but it's not going to get caught on anything. We then put a MP3 player cord, because there's a spot for an MP3 player cord on the sponge face soundboard. We put that in and permanently stuck it inside the pack with a zip tie so it can't be yanked out from the soundboard. And then we've got a iPod Touch, an old iPod Touch of mine, that's been attached with some super strong Velcro. So I can pull that off and charge it and change songs and all that stuff. Then we've got the power source now of a gbfans.com 12-volt rechargeable battery. So we've attached that inside there. And that was a little bit tough. We had to figure out a way to make the plug, because the female portion of the plug goes into your charger, and there's also a male portion. So we had to find something that could work to that and supply power to the sponge face soundboard. So we had to do a little bit of soldering and such to get that to work. And then attaching the soundboard into the jacked out light kit was also a kind of a challenge, because both of them were on switched power sources. And so running a switched into a switched, we had to do a quick jumper to make that work. So now the sponge face soundboard is controlling the jacked out light kit that's inside here. It's basically just giving it power when the Matty wand turns on, and taking the power off when you turn the Matty wand off. There's nothing special about the lights, like they don't change in sequence. It just kind of turns them off and on. And then we installed this speaker down here, which it's kind of tough to make out. We drilled a hole through the motherboard and then faced the speaker out, so that way there'd be some nice loud sounds coming out of it. We retained the same switch that was already on here for the 9-volt, and we made it so that now is the switch for the battery pack. So there's dual switches in case I forget to turn one off or on. We've got the switch on the battery pack, and then we've got the switch down here. So I'm going to switch both of those on, and you're not going to hear anything when I do that because, well, you heard it. I already had that one on. You're not going to hear anything when I do this because I don't have the Matty wand fired up. So let's turn this guy around and we'll get everything fired up so you can see the lights and hear the sounds. Okay, so now we've seen everything that we've done on the back. I want to show you what it sounds like all fired up and controlled by the Matty wand. Okay, so I've got the battery turned on and I've got the switch flipped in the back. Now I'm just going to grab the Matty wand and show you how the sponge face soundboard works. So we're going to kick on the Matty wand. And that fires up the Proton Pack. And I have it, the jumper on there set to hum so that it will always keep humming until I actually shut down the pack. Either I can shut it down through the wand, or I can shut it down from just turning off the battery in the pack. The Matty one has an automatic shut off after a while, but that hum will keep going until you actually shut it down, which is really nice. The lights will keep going, and the hum will keep going even after the Matty wand shuts down. So let's kick it back on. So we're all fired up now. Now I'm going to turn it to full stream, because this has new sounds too. It has the overheat and then the vent if you overheat the wand. So let's do that. I hit the wrong button. Here we go. And see, now those sounds are great, especially if you had to get the e-cig kit and made it so it vented and smoked, or if you had the GB Fans lights, because the soundboard will interact with gbfans.com lights and make them go faster and blink. Now I just got the jacked out light kit on there, so it's just basically supplying power to those lights, the soundboard is, and not so much controlling how fast they go or anything like that. But for me, it still works great, and I absolutely love this sound kit. It's so nice. The other great thing is, as I showed you before, where you got that iPod hooked up, so I can take the iPod, which is dangling down here. I hope I have charge. I do. And then we can kick on some music. And I won't play too much music because I don't want to get a copyright ding here. Let's see. See, the hum is still going, but I can shut down the hum, and it would just have the music, so. So there it is. All right, let's pause that. Let's shut this back down again. There we go. There's my Proton Pack. Huge thanks to Jack Dowd's Light Kit, Tom Medford for doing the most of the work on the pack. And then we've got a big thank you to the gbfans.com forums for the speaker and the battery and having the loom available, Spongeface at the forums for his great soundboard, and a big thank you to Darren Murr and the R2 Builders guys for helping me install all the electronics and do all the work on the pack to get it to the point where it is now. Super happy with it. I'm still going to keep doing these journals as I, keep doing the cosplay, and if I add any more parts and pieces. And I still haven't given you a full look of me in the suit, so all that will keep coming. So if you're enjoying them, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys next time.